producer's point of view.
Producer's point of view, y'all know me from Windows Over Atlanta. Y'all know me from New Music Wednesday. Y'all know me from the A&R Report. Y'all know me from the Damatrix Studios. But now we got company in the building. Yet again, you know, we're not in New York anymore right now. We're all over the world. We're locally, regionally respected, but internationally known, regionally respected. We got Alantris in the building, y'all.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Alantris, the Yetta Mommy, checking in. I'm live in New York.
Yeah, so we got it live in effect. Yo, Will, you back there, Will?
Yeah.
All right, my guy Will's in the building. So Alantris is in the building. You was in New York for a few different times. You came, left, came, and now you're back, and you came for another Alantris week. So let's talk about your visit from the first time, because I didn't get a chance to interview you. Will was like, oh, she been on your network. I said, yeah, but she didn't interview with the Power Father. So there's a big difference of being on the network and then being, you know, on the network with DWI. So tell me about your experience in New York.
The first time you said, or period?
The first time. Let's just get your overall experience when you came up the last time to New Music Wednesday.
So that was an experience, just being in a room with so many different creatives and being introduced to so many different sources and people at one time, having a platform and an opportunity to like put my name out there, perform my song, and then it was mic drops. It was a circuit of interviews and podcast, like, you know, it was fast track, but it was fun. And honestly, my adrenaline was like rushing. It was just a different feeling. Did
that sharpen your media sense in terms of an artist when you moved on and went to other events? Because I followed you around after that. You was going all over to different places. Right. Did that make you feel like, all right, I'm good now? Like, I done did that. I understand what that was like in New York, and now, you know, I'm media trained.
So I've always been pretty good at interviewing.
Okay.
And then I did some artist development as well, so that kind of helped prepare. But
we can
just
tell.
on such a fast pace, like going from one thing to this, and then people asking you so many different questions, it did help sharpen me up, you know, or keep me on my toes, I would say, you know?
Okay. So the flashback was when I first met you, was the Living Legends event, and that was in 2025 when I first got to Atlanta. That was the first month.
I had just moved out there too.
Right. So and I remember you saying that, and you were just on the red carpet. I was setting up to do the interviews. I had my man Q. He's doing the interviews actually, and I just pulled him into that. I got the invite to him, just like, all right, we're gonna go to this joint, and I met him from up here years ago. So all of that happened organically, and then he did a good job with that, but he said, "Hey, D, we doing any independent artists?" I said, "Of course, that's what we do."
Right.
And then he pointed to you, and I was like, "I seen you walk in. I forgot what team you came in with, but when you came in, a lot of people was coming at that time." And I said, "Oh yeah, we definitely could do that," but I didn't know the story. So again, I was in focus mode of that, and then after I was editing the video and I posted everything on Instagram, that's when I learned more about you. So I think that was dope how you did that, and then you wind up coming up to another event.
We just keep crossing paths,
right. So I think this interview was long overdue, but I definitely want to talk about where it all began for you, and then we'll come up to today. So at what point did you become an artist, like that you decided, you know what, I want to be a rapper, I want to be a musician?
So what point did I start taking it serious? Because I would say it started as a kid. Started in church, and then I always wanted to be in aspects.
Performing. You were just performing. You wasn't rapping.
No, I wasn't rapping. Not in church. But I
was
just performing.
church,
Yeah. I was doing a little bit of singing. I was doing a little bit of acting. I always did drama in school. Just always like being on a stage.
Not drama.
Yeah, I did drama. Yeah. What Cardi B say? I am the drama, right? No. And so then it would have been, let me see. I had did a cover back in, I had got over, like I was going through a little heartbreak, so I did a cover to Tink, Treat Me Like Somebody. So it was a producer that was in Virginia. He was like, you should come to the studio. And I'm like, okay. So like out of fear, I didn't go for like, I want to say a year. And so then he kept, you know, reaching out. And so finally I decided to go. And we started working on stuff. It became like a way for me to really express myself. And it became like a...
And what year was this? What year? So you don't want to age
It was
yourself.
okay. No, it was during 2021. So during COVID, it was
post-COVID.
I was going through. I was in the studio. That's why I was spending a lot of my COVID time. So
lucky you, right?
Yeah, that was actually fun. So that became not a hobby, but it became something I did regularly during COVID. So after I started working with him, I was introduced to his uncle, who actually owned the studio, and there birthed Alantris. And yeah, I got into that rapping itself just as a way to tell my story in the dancer world.
Right. Right, because that was your original background.
Yeah, came from being a dancer. That was the way that I was able to support myself and my son. So,
was that your name? Was it the same name?
No, I was Lay London. That was my name as a dancer.
Lady London?
Lay London.
Lay London.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I want to understand, like, I thought you was from Atlanta. You're not from Atlanta.
No.
Because when I've seen Alantris, I was like, Atlanta, ATL.
People do that
put it
a
together,
lot.
And I was like, all right, that was smart. But then when I remember an interview, it was like, you just came here to Atlanta from where you originally from.
So I was raised overseas, England, Germany, Japan, Italy.
See, y'all, I'm asking questions based off of things that I remember and I know, but for the audience, y'all don't know this. So I'm putting y'all on right now. See, my interviews are normally, they go in a way of, I want to get the beginning, the middle, and then where it's going, but very organically, because I think I probably interviewed and been a part of interviews over like 10,000. You know how you got to do your 10,000 hours? Like just interviews in alone, I'm way over 10,000 at this rate right now. So now it's kind of like, this is second nature. But I get excited about certain artists, especially when I get a chance to see from different levels. And I believe you did I got great feedback from when you was at the New Music Wednesday. Like everybody that came. I think you was the first one that got that VIP type of package.
Okay.
And that was dope. I was like, well, that was dope for her to come up and do that. And then you went down to Atlanta. And you did the other studio, my studio down in Atlanta, so that was dope. All right, so you got into the game right at post-pandemic. So post-pandemic. So what was your most with trials and errors and everything that you went through, producers, studios? What did you have the most, I guess, struggle with at the beginning? Like what was the thing that didn't hit click as far as being in the studio, working with other people, having a manager? Like what was the thing that you had to like lock in with?
For me, I would say actually just having to, like, from the outside looking at people that are not artists or they are aspiring to be an artist, but they haven't really started the process or the journey yet. It's not as fun as it looks like. It's a job. So just having to always go into the studio, having that mentality of this is work. Like I'm not here to play. I'm not here to coddle myself. Like I'm here to actually put the work in. So learning the work ethic that comes behind being an artist, learning studio etiquette, because I didn't know. Like I can't be in the microphone recording and I'm getting frustrated with myself. So I'm like, I got kicked out of the studio so many times. I feel
kicked out? Like
yeah, it's like, okay, the session is over. I was going through boot camp. Like I was going through boot camp.
I got kicked out of better places than this.
Yeah, Gutta Keys, is my producer. He's my main producer that I work with, and he was putting me through boot camp. Like I respect it now, but I left the studio crying a couple of times. Just like because I'm hard on myself naturally. But when you have different creatives that's also trying to create, and they can kind of see the vision, and then you're like stopping yourself because you're like, I can do it. It's okay to push yourself, but you shouldn't stop right there. Like, you just pick it up and keep going.
Keep going, right.
So that was something I had to learn. And then one thing that was really took a lot for me to get used to is when you start pursuing stuff that you really want to do, sometimes you do it by yourself. So I was thinking, I'm going into something. I've supported so many people on different things, and you just don't get the support that you expect. So for me, that was a hard thing at first. Like I spent 2 birthdays in the studio. Right. And I didn't have any friends that came. So just different things like that. They didn't
bring you no cake, no
No,
food, nothing?
It was okay. My team provided it for me. But just different things like that, or just simply inviting people out to like shows and stuff when they were saying they're going to come and they don't come. Right. So for myself, something that I don't do anymore. I don't invite people to my shows. You know why? It doesn't allow me to be disappointed. Right. I don't expect you to come. But if you show up, I appreciate it. Right. But if I invite you, you say you're coming, you don't come, then I'm disappointed. You know?
There's this overwhelming, I guess, way of most artists, or most, I think, black people grow up saying that, I get more support from people that's not my friends and family. And my pushback to that is that, they're too close to you to understand what you're going through. You know all the things you're going through, but when there's other people that's like in that same genre or in that same path, they normally understand it more and respect it, and that's how you gain those fans and those other different people from different places. Right. So again, I'm a little different because both my two sisters have been supporting me through my whole music and production career. One might work the door, the other one may, help me with this or help me with that, but they always included or come and, find somebody for the interview or get me a job at a school. Like both my sisters a lot of my people are in tune, but I'm like you, I don't go and expect anything.
Yeah, like I said, starting off I did, but now I'm just like, if you do, you do. If not, I don't hold it against you, but I'm also not going to set myself up to be disappointed.
Right. So, all right, so that's the beginning part. And again, so what, looking back now, going through church and everything, going through the whole pandemic, and then transitioning from the dancing to being an artist, like what has been the response from people that are close to you as far as seeing your progress?
Just seeing like the work that I've put in, and then just seeing like, okay, well, I didn't stop. Or like when I first started, I was doing a little bit more singing, and then just to see the different levels, how much time, the dedication, I completely just stopped dancing cold turkey. Like I told myself, I was in constant crucifixion with myself at one point. Like, if I'm supposed to have everything it is that God wants for me to have, I cannot keep doing this, you know? And I was having a hard time going to work. Like I was making the money, but I was dreading to go to work, and that didn't make any sense to me. So I decided, okay, I'm going to stop this. I need to really lock in. I need to focus on the music. And that's what I did. I feel like that's why, besides the support of my team, I've been able to just learn. I'm being like a sponge. I'm absorbing from people around me, taking the time to really study and put the work in. Like even if I get beat down or I feel defeated, I get back up and I keep going, Right. And I probably can imagine like where you were then, but like where you are now, sounds like you pretty much got your style, your swag, and how you how you want to do. I watch a lot of your reels and how you, like your process of doing certain things. So I'm like, all right, I could see this. Like sometimes you're in the gym or you in the studio or you just showing lifestyle. You're just showing different things. So what's your fan base like now? Are they like following? Do you have like your own little crew of Alantris? I don't know. Everybody got a word for their fan base. So what? I don't have a name for my fan base. I want it to be at some point something. I don't want to just say the Yetta Mommies because I want it to expand. Yes, yeah. I want it to expand more than just females, because the mentality of Elantra is, well, first of all, the meaning of Elantra is a Latin word. It means powerful and complete. That's the first part. So when we start talking about like the music I make, initially people they look at it, they're like, oh, this is strip club music. But it's just like being a hustler in the street that was making music that, different people could relate to. As someone who used to be in the dance world, it's just turning that lifestyle into a mentality to get money, being your own boss. So in some way, some form, I want my supporters to be something along the line of Yetta, because Yetta is my word for money. So you're a money maker. You just give me my Yetta, like that's what you're out here trying to do.
Team Yetta, I got it. So with that being said, let's get into some music because we're on Party 101.9 outside of
let's do it.
What you call it, YouTube and everything else that you guys can see on Instagram. But I like to always show artists the right type of love because you can't just play music the right kind of way on any kind of platform. But we do that here on Party 101.9. So let's get into a record. What's the second record you sent in?
That one would have been not Superpower. Get It. Get It. My first single, actually.
All right, let's get into Get It, and we'll be right back with more Elantra right here on Party 101.
The new Party 101.9. The new Party 101.9. The new Party 101.9. New York's #1 for throwbacks.
Yeah, we are back in the building. Shake that ass. What was the name of the song?
Get It.
Get It. I'm the one that always calls the song what the chorus sounds
Ain't
like.
Nothing wrong
I be
with
telling
it.
people, yo, you heard that song? And then I would go say, shake that ass. But that's meanwhile, it's to get it all the time. You searching for something that ain't there. But yeah, we back. Party 101.9, the Matrix Studios. We are in the building. I'm still here with Elantra. Today is her media day on Wall Street, and I'm happy that she came in here because this is the mecca of independent radio broadcasting. And though we're not in the Bronx anymore, we're on Wall Street. We made it a little easier for everybody to get to us. So I heard in your stay in New York, y'all took the train. Oh, I seen on your Instagram, y'all took the train.
Yeah, I took the train yesterday and today.
Was that your first time in the train in New York?
Yeah.
I kind of figured that because if you posted it, it must have been a thing. So now look, the Knicks won the championship. Like a lot of good stuff has been happening here. So New York has been a different type of different type of vibe.
Okay.
So what was that like?
The experience, I was just like, wow, so many people taking the train.
You ever been on the MARTA in Atlanta?
No.
Okay, so this is what I tell you to do now. This is what I tell you to do because I've done it. I just want you to so you had this experience here. You're about to probably do it another, 1 or 2 times before you leave. Mm-hmm. I want you to go down there with your manager. Go from Midtown. Just go from Midtown, like park your car by my old by the studio, and just go like a couple of stops. Like just go a couple of stops, and you will see why New York City people talk about our subway systems in the way that we do. Because it is like the lifeline of our city. Yeah, it's not all the great people there, but it's not as crazy as the stories that you hear.
That's the thing I was going to say because, like, you see stuff online or you just hear stuff and I was thinking it's going to be crazy. I was expecting, it was so calm. It really was calm. And people just coexist without worrying about the next person.
It's hundreds of people on the train that never met each other. I only wish that we could reverse that and we can actually have a device that we can kind of see what everybody's into, so that we can we can airdrop and just see this person in the music. This person, because then it'd be easy to promote. Obviously, you can't evade somebody's privacy, but you can opt into the program to be able to see who got what going on, because then you can connect more. But yeah, when you get a chance.
If I was by myself though, I probably would have had a anxiety attack.
Yeah.
But I had Big Hustle with me.
Yeah, you had Big Hustle in the house. No,
he was holding it down because I was like, hold on.
But I just tell you, going forward, like you don't have to work, like especially you with a whole man, like they don't just do stuff like that, like. They don't just do stuff. It's either random by somebody that they mind ain't right, or it's just somebody did something to somebody and now they fighting it out. Right. It's never like on the train in New York something's gonna happen. That's how the media
portray it. Yeah.
So and that being said, like, do you feel like the industry now being in it? Do you feel like it was portrayed everything that you thought about it before you got into the industry?
Yeah. No.
Is it different? Like what about it?
I mean, when you first look into it, you just think everything is glitz and glamour.
Right.
Just like, not gonna lie, going into the dancer world, you might think everything is glitz and glamour and a whole lot of money, but it's a lot of behind the scenes.
Politics.
It's politics and everything. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just like nothing is gonna be easy. So for people to paint that picture, I don't like, that's not a good thing. I mean, because being a young person, a young child, or, just a young adult looking up to other people, you think like, oh, I can go and I can blink my eyes and it's going to happen, So, no, it's not exactly what I thought, but it's not super far off. And I'm still learning different things and hearing different things as I'm progressing in the industry,
Right. So I always think of like a new artist to be someone like to try to figure it out. Like I got to figure it out. But when you have a team around you don't have to figure it out.
Yeah,
and I feel like you've got that early in your career because you're only 5 years in, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Right. And this is normally the hardest part. And I feel like the stage that you're at right now, like now, you could start making those brand decisions based off of where you are. And the music, all the music has been good. Like it's all been.
Thank you.
It's all been along the lines of, pretty much good energy. So I'm not gonna call it strip music. But what I will say is, I went to Now That's TV. They had a 1-year anniversary last year, and I think Diamond the Body. Like there was a bunch of different people there, and Scrappy was there, and I was like, for me, I'm a New Yorker. I've been to Atlanta a bunch of times, but I'm like. Now I get it. Atlanta produces, this is their music. This is what they do. Outside of, concerts, T.I. may drop a record and, Young Jeezy do some hustler music. But across the board, like right now, like I feel like that's what Atlanta produces, like if you want to say like the genre of music, but not limited to. So how do you feel now about your catalog? Like is there certain records that you looking to make, but you only stick it to a certain type now because that's what's winning, or you just got a bunch of stuff that I didn't hear yet?
Oh, I got a whole bunch of stuff that's in the I got it ready. It just hasn't been released yet. But for right now, the stuff that's out. I'm not mad at it. I love all my songs. Are they all my favorite? No, but I like them. There's some songs that are like, okay, I like that, but some of them I'm like, oh, I love this.
Right.
And I hate to say it, but it's a lot that I love that I haven't even gave y'all yet. Right. So I'm ready for that, but I want people to. When you become, I don't want to say a fan, but when you become a supporter of Alantris, I want you to grow with me. So I don't want to just give it all to them at one time. I'm just trying to ease people into me.
Right.
Because I'm gonna mess y'all up in a few. But I just want people to be able to grow with me. Like, okay, this is where she started. She was just talking like motivational or however you might protect my music. But then I go into storytelling and just venturing off into different styles and things of that nature, because I don't want to keep myself in a box either. Like when people ask me all the time, like, well, what you do? Or what kind of music you make? I'm like, I'm an artist. I don't want you to put me in a box, because the moment I just say I'm just a rapper or I'm just hip hop, then the cap, you put a cap on me. I don't want a cap to be put on me, because as I'm getting deeper in my artistry, I'm learning to express my ways different. I'm learning to not be afraid to try different things with my voice. Or my producers say all the time, play with your voice. Right. I'm like, okay, like it's an instrument. Like that's so just being more comfortable and learning how to do that. I feel like I might get a beat that's rock, and I might Alantris.
I'm happy she just brought that up, Will, because she definitely got the squeaky, like there was that next high pitch where she does her like her character style rapping, but then right now she's talking like, so my album is like.
And see, that's something like people were saying at first, like how I rap is not how I talk. Well, it's okay, because I don't want it to be like that. Like
do they say it's how you look though? If they haven't met you, well, everything's visual now, so it's kind of hard. But before it used to be the radio, and then you didn't know what the artist looked like, and you see them now, it's the opposite. Like,
and see, but sometimes it just depends, because like my voice, how I record, my voice can be like that sometimes. I do play with my voice regularly. Like if we having a good time, I'm like, girl, like something like that. Right. But we, just conversing or whatever. I know how to talk, All
right. So if you had three things, I'm gonna give you these three P's. You could either produce, promote, or perform one record or your music for 30 days. You can't do nothing else. Only one. Tell me why. Produce, perform, or promote.
I'm going to go with, it's not out, but it's some content of it. And it's some content of it out. This song is called Puff With Me. And I'm going to say that song to promote.
It don't have to be one song. I'm just talking about this. Either you can sit and write in the studio or produce in the studio. You can go on stage and perform, or you can go on Instagram and promote it all day. Which one do you enjoy doing, and why?
Oh, which one? Which one of the P's?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Performing. I'm gonna say performing. You wanna know why? Because I feel like when I go into a room or when I hit the stage and I'm actually able to interact with people, they can feel my energy, and I think that's important, that it's not just a facade behind the cameras or a facade behind the microphone. When you're able to actually experience Alantris, I feel like that's different, because then I'm able to bring you into Alantris' world. So I'm gonna performing.
And that would make sense, obviously, coming from what your background was, being a dancer, and then coming into the industry now. I think a lot of people don't know how to dance or don't have a stage presence. And then they dope rapping, and they could do all these other things. And they might look good, but they don't have no footwork or whatever. But that is a big thing, especially for I don't want to say female, for women artists to be able to come in and be able to have some type of stage show. Only Jay-Z and probably Eminem, a few people could get up there and just stand around, and people still watch. But
because right now we're in the age of entertainment too, like you have to be entertaining. So I'm gonna say I'm the best dancer either, but I'm gonna take me some classes. And I'm gonna give me a choreographer to help me out a little bit, like even if you just show me a couple of little moves to do. Right. Other than that, I'm also just really learning to feel my music when I'm performing, like feel it. Even if nobody else is rocking with it, by the time I get off of here, you at least gonna be doing this for just something like that that's memorable or different. I'm getting out of that space of being so cool, because I feel like in this time right now, everybody is just trying to be so cool. Right. And nobody's just like I can be really goofy and crazy with people that are close to me. So I'm just learning to not care so much about what people think and just freely be myself. And I think that's when people are able to gravitate towards me more, because they can relate to that, but they just got this border up because of social media trying to be too cool.
Right. And that was a real point. That so kids at home that's getting into music still have a personality, and just take your craft serious, and don't try to be too serious where people don't feel like you're unapproachable, because then that could kind of turn people away. Off to what you got going on. But let's talk about what you got coming up now. Let's get into the future a little bit, and let's talk about what this experience was this weekend, and then what you got going on when you get back home.
Okay, so I will be performing live tomorrow at the Brooklyn Unity Fest. So yes, you guys tap into my social media, so you can see all the details regarding that. Coming up on the August the 7th, I will be performing live in Atlanta for the Days Summit event, hosted by Ray Daniels. So shout out to Morrison for putting me on that.
Scott Morris,
yes,
that's my guy.
Yes.
I'm
Dope
happy.
individual. So he was able to get me on that. So.
And they have the Days Summit. What's the
date?
week?
It's gonna be from the, if I'm not mistaken, it's from the 7th through the 9th. So I'll be performing that Friday.
I should be down there for that.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So that'll be good.
Outside of that, a lot of things just cooking in the background. Don't have anything set in stone for you guys, but always in the studio, always working. But stay in
I said this the
contact
other
with me.
day because when I interview people or I see people interview, they be like, "Yeah, I got all this going on, but I can't discuss it yet." And I'm like, I'm one of those guys. Don't even mention that, like,
If you can't tell me,
right?
yeah.
Because it sounds like now we like clickbaiting the people, and now everybody wondering, well, what do you got going on? What she got going on? So I appreciate you for just getting to what you got going on, and yeah, and give them your contact information, how they can get at you, social media,
Okay. Yeah, so
your
you
preferred social media, where they can find you if they're trying to get at you, your management's information.
Okay, so you guys can follow me on all social media platforms, Alantra_worldwide. That's ALANTRA_worldwide. Follow me on like, share, subscribe on YouTube. Go run me up. Freak Show video dropped, and it dropped on Vivo. Shout out to my team, Unity 7. Shout out to Big Hustle for coming out here with me. Shout out to Empress as well for bringing me out here for the Brooklyn Unity Fest. Shout out to you for having me up here. Shout out to you, Will, as well. I appreciate you guys really believing in me, the brand, and just always thinking of Alantra. I really, really appreciate it. It means a lot to me.
Yes.
And shout out to all the people that do support me. If I don't say it enough, little, even from a like, a share, I appreciate it all. So thank you so much. I am nothing without you guys.
Right.
And shout out to all the DJs.
I appreciate, yes, definitely shout out to Did You Wax DJ. Shout out to my guy DJ Thousand there, DJ Bedtime, for on the A&R report every Monday night, because they've been spinning the music. Shout out to everybody on Party 101.9 that's been spinning the music, and yeah, we're gonna keep supporting and keep this thing going. Again, you've done more than some artists will do. They'll come from one place and be like, oh, I'm just gonna stay because this is where my core audience is. Now you was in the major spots, Atlanta, New York, you probably was in Texas already, LA,
yeah,
right? You know what I
LA.
mean? So those are the spots where you got to go, and then hit everything in between too. Like, don't leave no rock unturned, because I think you have a presence out here that people need to. You need to go to more places, small or large, because those 1 or 2 or 10 or 20, that all turns into shares and reshares, and
Right.
kiss some babies and hug some new people out in new states. But yeah, so we're about to get into some more music. Y'all stay tuned right here on Party 101.9 DWI. I'm your host, and we got more coming up from Alantra.
DWI music.